Okay, now we're going to be animating our sky using gradients. So let's lock our sun layer. And I have a picture of the sunrise pulled up on my phone so that I can pick some nice colors for it. But let's use our little playhead, and let's say right here, this is where the sun starts coming up. I want to add, let's go ahead and unlock the sky layer. I want to add a keyframe, and I want to start making my gradient. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and select our sky, and we're gonna change the color, and let's go ahead and do a linear gradient. And let's start with this first swatch. Let's go ahead and make it a darker blue. Not too light yet, maybe something like that. Let's go ahead and maybe make this one a little less. And then the lighter color is going to be a yellow. Like a yellow-orange color. So let's maybe do this color a little more yellow. Okay. Do a light yellow. And then to add a middle gradient, since there is some pink and purple in this, we are going to go ahead and click. I'm going to bring up another one, and let's move this to a purple. Let's do something like that, and you can change how much, you can drag them and change how much you want in your gradient. So let's go ahead and do that, and add it to our swatches, and let's go ahead and do the gradient tool again, and we're gonna flip our gradient. We're gonna flip our gradient, so let's do the blue at the bottom and the purple there, and let's make sure it's not all silly. Let's go ahead and make sure it's straight, and then we are gonna use the middle, make it the same size as our shape, and we can go ahead and move the gradient maybe a little more up. Let's go ahead and make it a little smaller, since this will be behind. So maybe a little smaller. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. Looks good. So now that we did that, we can go ahead, click off. So that's our next keyframe. So let's drag, let's say right at the 1 second mark. Let's add another keyframe, and let's just make our gradient bigger again, move it down. That way it looks like it's getting brighter. Then let's go up again, maybe here. We'll add another keyframe, and we'll start turning this. We'll go ahead and click on our sky and start, make sure you're in the selection tool and then click on the sky and start making this more blue. So let's go ahead and get a light blue. And then maybe the third one can be a pink. And then that one can stay yellow. So let's go ahead and add this to the swatches. And we're going to go ahead and click on the gradient transform tool. We're going to make this a little, let's make it maybe a little, maybe the same shape as, the same size as our shape. We'll make it more blue. Looks good. Now we're going to go ahead at 2 seconds. Let's go ahead and add keyframe. We're going to start moving the gradient again. We're going to just move it up so it's more blue, getting rid of kind of that yellow color. And then at 3 seconds, let's go ahead and add another keyframe. We'll move our gradient up. The pink is basically gone. And then we're going to go ahead and end it at the 4 seconds with another keyframe. And we're going to go ahead and click on our sky. We're going to change the color. We're going to change it to solid. And then we're going to change it to a nice just sky blue, like this one. Okay, I'm going to add that to the swatches. Here we go. So that's our sky started. Now we're going to add the tweening again. So any frame between the beginning and the first keyframe, just add shape tweening. Then we're going to go ahead and do that again between the next keyframes. And then again between the next keyframes until the whole timeline on the sky is orange with tweening. There we go. So then when you play this, it's a nice sky color. So now that is basically your animation done. If you want to see it with the hill, the lake, and all the other stuff, go ahead, do that. You can click off of our sky and lock it. And then you have your animation. So now if you wanted to preview it as a video, you could go ahead, click this button. It'll bring up a preview of what it's going to look like. And now that we're done with it, we can publish it. So let's go to this little share and publish button. If you wanted to share it on social media, you can share it on Twitter and YouTube. Here in the publish, we can do it as a video or as a GIF. If you do it as a video, it's going to go ahead and send it to the Adobe Media Encoder, and it'll download onto your computer. But for now, let's just do GIF. It'll save to your computer as a GIF automatically instead of going through the media encoder. Alright, so there it is. You can click on it to find it in your files, and that's it. You've made a scenic sunrise.